Hello, everybody. Welcome to Demystifying Metabolic Health and MetaPWR. My name is Veronica, and I'm the founder of Hearts, Minds, and Flowers. If you don't know me, I have been doing, I've been playing with essential oils and their magic for quite some time. I think I discovered them in my 20s, but I've been sharing doTERRA essential oils for the last almost 6 years. So I'm doing this Zoom today of a metabolic health slash MetaPWR class. And I wanted to do it so that I could share it with those of you who I know who have busy lives and can't necessarily make one of our classes. So bear with me. This is the first time I've done it solo. I'm going to try and get through this for you in 30 to 40 minutes. And of course, there's contact information that I'll share at the end. So if you need me, you'll know how to get hold of me. And if I wasn't the person that introduced you to doTERRA oils, please reach out to the person that shared this with you or introduce you to your oils. So what we're going to do today is, as I said, talk about metabolic health and MetaPWR, which for me is my new passion because it's January 2024, in case you're watching this a little bit later. I'm 56 years old and I'm in the age group where I'm watching my friends start to ache, creak, and talk about their health a lot. So aging well is a huge passion of mine because I want to get to 80, 85, 90 and be able to do the things that I still love and do them without pain and with as much fun and joy as I can. So let's go. Our goals for today, we're going to demystify metabolic health. We'll talk about MetaPWR, which is the supplements that I want to talk to you about today and how they can support you. You'll understand what metabolic health is, why it's critical to you, the three parts to the system, their role, and we're going to talk a little bit about lifelong vitality, which has been around a very long time, and the part it plays in your health picture. I'm going to tell you about the best way to try it and we'll talk about questions and answers. Normally, this is the time that I'd ask whether you tried MetaPWR and Lifelong Vitality. Lifelong Vitality, I've been on and off for many years, and now I'm sticking to it, and it's making a huge difference. But I'll tell you a bit about that later on. I'd also, at this point, as I said, tell you that yes, I am a avid essential oil user. I use them in all different ways with dogs, animals, kids, me, and I do supplement as well. But I'm not a health professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. My job in this lovely land that we live in is to simply share with you my experience of how I use these gifts of nature and what they do for me. Open the door for you to be able to access them yourself and to walk with you on the journey of your oily path. I have great respect for our medical professionals and anything like this, if you have pre-existing conditions, I want to make sure that you do your research, talk to your health professionals and make sure it's right for you. So there's the disclaimer. Let's go. So for those of you that have been with us in doTERRA for a little while, you would have perhaps seen this diagram. It's what we do when we have a wellness consult with anybody that comes to us and that wants to talk about how essential oils can support them. And there's many steps on that pyramid. I've circled the two that we're going to be talking about today. These supplements are very much gearing you to the area of good nutrition and your metabolism. That's as simply as that is. So what's metabolic health? Well, goodness me, I'm going to give you a minute to just take a look at all of these parts of your body and mind that is affected by your metabolic health. So it's how we efficiently process our food and our environment to create energy in our body. And all of these different systems on this slide need that energy. So you can see that it's from appetite to blood sugar, which we'll talk a little bit about, your mind. One of the things that MetaPWR is really good at is helping you with your mental health. We don't necessarily push that enough, but that's been the experience of many of my friends and colleagues. Energy, who doesn't need more energy, whatever your age? Hair, I don't know, for menopause, if some of you are in perimenopause, you'll see that your hair's starting to decrease. It's great at helping support your hair and decreasing the dropping out. Your joints, you know, the creakiness of your joints, your metabolism, which can get sluggish as we age. Our nails, I don't know if you can see, but I've had short nails for my whole life. Those of you that know me know that I've just never had nails, and now I do. Your performance, your recovery, your skin, your sleep, your stress, your weight, all these beautiful things. It's all interrelated, and they all do better when we're efficiently processing our food and our environment. Mitochondria. So I'm going to talk a little bit about mitochondria. Let's see if I can move myself up a bit. Does that help you? So mitochondria, see little babies. Look at these little babies. So this is the powerhouse of the cell in all life on Earth, not just us humans. In every cell in our bodies, except for our red blood cells, these guys are doing their thing. So that's every system and every organ, which makes sense when you look at the diagram we had before with all the systems that are affected. All of the systems that contribute to our metabolic health. So it's got a big job. So what it does is it turns oxygen and food into chemical energy, which is stored in small molecules called ATP. You know, if you know me, I'm not into the science, but this stuff is really important in understanding how MetaPWR is going to help you and how those mitochondria need our love and support. You can see in this little diagram down here, in comes oxygen and food into our little engine, and out comes ATP, which we need, plus also comes some free radicals, so some exhaust that we need our body to be able to zap and get out as quickly as it can. So the mitochondria will regulate the metabolic activity of our cells. It promotes the growth of new cells and cell multiplication. It helps in detoxifying ammonia in liver cells. It plays an important role in apoptosis or programmed cell death. And it's responsible for building certain parts of the blood and various hormones like testosterone and estrogen. It helps maintain calcium, and the list goes on. But basically, this big job that it does is why we need to support these babies, because this happens in us in our whole lifetime. And the more efficiently we can do this process, the better that it is for every system in our body. Let's go to the next slide. So the bad news is that after 35, as our cells divide, our mitochondria decrease and their efficiency in creating energy drops. And that's because of the toxicity levels in our bodies and in our environments. So that's why we start to age, right? So we start to get lines, we start to squeak, and we start to creak. The good news is that with the 5 pillars of metabolic health, we can make a difference to our mitochondria, and we can give it lots of love and support. And we do that through all the boring stuff that we hear about every day. We eat healthily, we move our bodies. I don't know care how you do it, but you move your body. My favorite is walking meditation. Healthy connections. Okay, we're human beings. We need connection. We need to feel that give and take. We need to have people around us that we love being with. We need to manage our stress, and gosh, how much stress, right, is in our lives today, especially if you're a woman and you are, I don't know, I've seen it from women as young as 15 all the way up to 85. But stress is there, and when we've got the added stress of expectations of our culture, we've got family, we've got kids, we've got aging parents, we're trying to manage our own experience, maybe through perimenopause if that's coming your way, or even just not through your normal cycles, which can be crazy for so many of us. Managing that stress and getting the right nutrients into our body, getting the sleep that we need is so important to our well-being, and it's so important to your metabolic health. All the dull stuff, right? But it's all the stuff that we need to do. The 5th pillar of this lovely little thing that you've heard about so much is smart supplementation. And gosh, supplementation. I'm not a pill taker. Peter and I are really lucky. We're end of 50s, early 60s, and we are, we go and see our doctor, we have our yearly checkup, and we're still not taking any regular medication other than these supplements. We're not really into supplements. We haven't really taken them before. We've been on and off lifelong vitality lots of times. But now we're getting to that age where we know that, oh gosh, this is going to make a difference to us. So what can I say? I'm still not a pill taker fan. I still would rather not have to supplement. I do know that there's a lot of supplementation out there that really is just an expensive, you can go to the toilet and watch your money just kind of pour out of you just to try and keep it nice and sweet. But the right supplementation, the right stuff that your body can absorb is really important. And we can pretend that we are eating the right things and doing all the right things in our other 4 parts of our little pillars, but we often don't in this lovely world that we live in. So we can, in times of stress or just in normal life, we can be topping up and supporting all these beautiful things with the right supplementation. And that's where we're going to focus today. So lifespan versus health span. This is a groovy graph that Tara puts out. Basically what we're saying is your biological age, so how you look on the inside, how your cells look, can be very different to your, what's the word? Your actual age, right? So your earth age. So what you want to do is we want to make sure that our biological age is as lifted and as equal, if not more than what our actual age is. Okay. So we know that we're living longer. Not all of us get that privilege, but many of us are. So as we live longer, we want to make sure that we're doing all those beautiful things to support our biological age, to support our body. And I don't know about you, but I definitely didn't do that in my teens, 20s, and in my 30s. I started to get the wake-up call in my 40s, and I definitely got it in my 50s. But the sooner that we can do things to make that beautiful biological age as good as it can be, it means that we're going to age better. And as we age and as we tack on that extra 8 years or so to our lifespan that we're getting, a lot of us are getting now, we're not going to be sitting on the couch unable to move in pain, which a lot of our beautiful humans are. And that's, that for me is, as I said, is my passion at the moment, making sure that we are really extending that biological age, that we are able to live all these beautiful extra lives that years that we're given with as much joy and as much passion as we had when we were in our 20s. So what's the MetaPWR range? So there's 3 steps to this little baby, and we'll go into each a little bit more detailed, but to give you an overview. So there's MetaPWR Active Blend. So it is a blend of 4 oils that you can add to your water. You can diffuse it. You can use it aromatically, which is step 1. And that little baby is included in all of our other products with other things. It also comes as Metabolic Assist. Metabolic Assist is a teeny little capsule. I've got one in here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, I've got little hands. And you just take this with your regular, most carbo-laden meal. We'll talk a bit about why that is a little bit later on. And then there's Advantage. So it's a little sachet. Just clip open your sachet, pop it in some water and drink it as fast as you can every morning. And this has the magic of collagen, which we will go into a little bit later as well. You'll see the little badges on the graphic here that say therapeutic wellness. That means that these 2 babies have been registered with the TGA, which is the Therapeutic Goods Administration as a medicine here in Australia. And you can go onto the TGA website at any stage, type into Tara, and you'll see all of the products that we have registered. So we can talk about the health benefits, because we haven't, we can't talk about that with everything, and we haven't been able to do that for ages. So it's just great that that's happening, and I can have this conversation openly and honestly with all you guys. So the Active Blend, I said it was a combo of 4 oils, and of course it's 5. Let's get this stuff right. And this is MetaPWR, but you're going to see on your screen Slim and Sassy, or Smart and Sassy as it was called in Australia. It came, if you've been around a long time, you may have got it as a free oil with your starter kit way back when. And it was the one we all used for our metabolic health. It was for our metabolism. We'd pop it in our water. If we're on, it was January on a bit of a weight loss kick, we might stick it in there. And she worked magic. Again, you could diffuse her, you could do all sorts of beautiful things with her, use her in all three ways. And yeah, gorgeous mix of oils. What happened when the guys were doing the research for MetaPWR is they discovered that, well, they tried out all different oil combinations, including slim and sassy. She was like our baseline for the results we were getting. And they tried different combos, and they realized that actually this combination is the best, but by tweaking the proportion of each, they got much better results. So MetaPWR is slim or smart and sassy, exactly the same oils, just tweaked in a different way. The research results that they showed with respect to I'm not going to be able to say that word, so I'm not going to try. But basically, since this is about fat cells and absorption, you know, we've got a fat cell and it's going to up the fat, or it's going to take less. So this is about that, and you can see the results for yourself. This baby did so much better than what else they were testing, which is why we ended up with her. And it's just a mix of oils. So what the results mean for you, as I said, the studies show that the blend may signal your fat cells to store less, because we have the same amount of fat cells, right? They just either swell or they shrink. So that can be a benefit for many. It supports healthy lifestyle choices. The oils that are included, because it is full of beautiful oils, may support your digestion, your cognitive function and focus. And I don't want to underplay this as someone whose mental health has been an extremely important part of my journey in this lifetime. MetaPWR is definitely helping me with my mood, and it affects others in similar ways from what I'm hearing from the guys that have been using it for a while. So don't discount the mental cognitive function of MetaPWR, and just taking that blend as you can. It can support your glucose levels staying within a normal range. It's full of antioxidants. It can stimulate your blood flow, and it's going to help you with your immunity. I always say may support on here, and you'll see the TGA says that that's what we can say, because we're all different. We're all different humans with different, you know, we've got the same body kind of bits. But oils, supplements, life's going to affect us in different ways. So these are the ways that they might support you, and you can go on your journey and see how that affects you personally. How can you use it? A few drops in your water, or make a tea, aromatic dressing. Just watch that peppermint, because that is a hot oil. So make sure you're using lots of your fractionated coconut oil. Ta-da. Or any kind of carrier oil that you need to use. Dry brushing, so that's good for your skin, and a lot of people get good effects from dry brushing with MetaPWR. You can diffuse it, and you can pop a couple of drops in a veggie cap and use a neat or add a drop of olive oil, depending on how you are with taking oils internally. Remember, you can't take every oil internally. You need to be reading your bottle. You need to be doing your research. I have never done it with any other oil than doTERRA, because I trust them. But you can definitely pop these in a veggie cap. Yeah, so this says for flavor and use. That's what you want to be looking for if you're going to use it internally. And yep, this is a veggie cap. So you can get these from doTERRA, or you can get them from your really good pharmacy, health food shop. It's just a veggie cap. You can go a drop of oil, drop or two of oil, a bit of olive oil maybe, if you've got, you know, if internally things can repeat on you a little bit. And there you go. So that's how you can use that active blend. So MetaPWR Assist, if you remember, that is this little action. So what you're going to be doing, well, what's in it first? Let's go. So the active blend's in it. There's mulberry leaf, philodendron stem bark, berberine, cinnamon stem bark, and of course the oils. What does it do? Well, let's move me again. Da, 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 da. So it can help fast carbs become slow carbs, and it can sustain our blood sugar, supporting a few peaks and valleys. Because I don't know, diabetes is something that runs in my family. I'm not suggesting that this will stop that happening for you. But what this will do is, if you've got if you've got blood sugar in a certain range, it will help you take out some of those peaks and valleys. Again, you've got to find out if it works for you. But in the tests and trials, this was something that really did happen for people. And this is why we suggest that you take this one just one a day before you have your carb meal. Depending on how you're going with your life, you can take one with lunch and dinner if they're both heavily carb, but one's normally enough. So that is assist. Okay, so let's talk advantage. Wow. What can I say about advantage? Simple little sachet. It has the blend in it as well. It's in all of the 3 parts of the product because it's a critical part of MetaPWR. It has got 9 types of hydrolyzed marine collagen. So we're using fish rather than bovine. So you see a lot of cow, you see a lot of pig, you see some vegan alternatives, and this one's marine. Brewer's yeast, vitamin C, resveratrol, sea buckthorn, red orange, apple pomegranate, sodium hyaluronate, and some rice seed oil and biotin. So there's things in here that helps this baby get into your body and be effective. Why do we need collagen? Well, collagen is a buzzword at the moment. Liquid collagen is all over the place. We need it for skin, hair, nails, of course, lashes. And that's what a lot of the collagen you're going to see is geared towards, beauty. But it's not just about beauty, metabolic health inside all of those body systems we talked about in that initial graph. We're going to need it for our connective tissues, our bones, and our vital organs. We make it naturally, but as we know, because our wrinkles start to form, that it's going to start dropping. And sadly, it starts dropping at 25. I'm way too young. So taking a collagen supplement can bolster the collagen levels in your body, but we need to use the right collagen for you. And as I said before, it's everywhere at the moment. It's the buzzword. How you take this one is you just snip it in the morning and in some water, and I put a touch of juice in mine as well. It is a citrus flavor, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. But it's quite pleasant. In it goes. You want to down it as quickly as you can. So, as I said, marine collagen, these are the different types. If you're looking at other collagen, just make sure it's great quality, folks. We all take different things. That's cool. I want you to make sure it's got all these types in it. I think you'll be surprised. Most collagen you're going to get sold, even when they're talking about it being good for your connective tissues, is going to have 3 kinds. It's not going to have the stuff for your bones. It's not going to have the stuff that supports the stuff to get that type 1 and 2 in, right? So I want you to have a little look at it. Make sure it's got all that beautiful types of collagen in, depending on the effects that you want. Our fish, marine collagen, sourced from sustainably harvested cold water fish in Italy. Ooh, Italian fish. If you know about Terra, you know we get our stuff from where we think in nature it would thrive and be best for the chemicals that we want to get out of that particular product. That's whether it's an oil or whether it's collagen. Bioavailability is key. We want to make sure that your body's absorbing it. You don't expel it. So you're not wandering off to the loo, doing your thing. So what I want you to make sure is that it has as many of these characteristics as you can find. So marine, like the jury's still out. Collagen internally hasn't been around for too long. But we went marine because the evidence was starting to show that that was the best way to get it in. Your body's going to accept it better. Liquid delivery is the best way, given we have to transport this all around the world, and we want it to be as easy for people to get as they can and keep the packaging small. We've gone with a sachet. You mix it with water. As I said, you need it down in 60 seconds. As soon as it activates, kids, give it a stir, give it a shake, get it down. Hydrolyzed just means that it's easier for our body to absorb and use, and these other ingredients are going to help with that. There you go, that's collagen. Now, nutrition metabolic support was what we talked about when we looked at the diagram. And where we're looking at our macronutrients, that's MetaPWR. If you want to look at your micronutrients, that's lifelong vitality, or as you will hear us call it, LLB. I have got it here. This is what I take every day. When you grab lifelong vitality, there's 3 kinds. It'll come to you in a pack like this. You can buy them individually if one doesn't float your boat, but this is the most effective. You can buy it as a little kit. It'll come with enough for 60-day supply. So let's have a look at the different kinds. So we've got Alpha CRS. No. Alpha CRS. So this is, we're talking antioxidants, okay? All registered with the TGA. I can give you, if you reach out to me, there's lots of information where we can look at all the things. I mean, you can see all of the bits and bobs, can you see in there? Bits and bobs that are in this baby, heaps. So this is all about reducing, decreasing free radical damage to your body cells. Because as you remember before, we looked at the slide with our mitochondria and the fact that we're creating exhaust when we convert energy in our environment into, when we convert food in our environment into the energy that we need, plus the free radicals. So it's good at getting rid of that, the stuff we produce ourselves and the stuff that's coming in via our environment. So that's all that, baby. I can go through the list. There's so many. Exio Omega. This is your essential oil. Oil? Serious, isn't it? This is your essential oil and omega complex. It is. So this is your blends of omega-3 fatty acids, your fat soluble nutrients. It's helping your immunity. Okay, so that's that one. And then the third is my complex VM. This is your essential vitamins, nutrients, minerals to support your health and well-being. Again, a very long list. So this is what I want you to get into to get your nutrients happening. And it's really important that that stuff's in there because, you know, that diagram we looked at for 5 pillars of metabolic health and supplementation, smart supplementation, this stuff is going to really help you. And if it doesn't, I'll tell you why. It's fabulous and there's no risk to you a little bit later on. So this can be really daunting. It's looked at all of this, oh my God, I don't take supplements. It's just blowing my friggin' mind. This is what Pete and I have done. Yes, it is an old person fell back. But it's funky, right? And it's got AM and PM. So with lifelong vitality, it's recommended that the full course is 2 of each morning and lunchtime. All right. And they suggest you start out on that. But you work out what's right for you. Peter and I buy a pack a month and we are actually on a half dose. So we got this little baby and all we do is we fill her up. So this is our go-to every morning. So in the morning, this is a suggested daily schedule so that you don't get overwhelmed with that, right? Is that you pick up your active blend and your advantage and you whack it in cold water and you maybe take a couple of drops in there. 2 for 1, done. Then when you're sitting down to your lovely brekkie, which is going to support you in all sorts of ways because it's high protein and it's beautiful, you're going to take your either daily, because you're only taking half dose, or your first dose of your lifelong vitality, chucking it down with your brekkie. Easy. Then lunch. You're going to sit down to lunch. If it's your largest meal of the day, then you're going to take your little assist pop and maybe you might chuck the diffuser on in the afternoon with your active blend on to get that working its magic there. It's evening time. Let's take one back. If you are doing lifelong vitality at its full strength, you'll also pop another one of those. It's evening time. Then, well, if it's your largest carb at night, and I still do that rather sadly, I should turn it around. You're going to be taking your assist and you're done. That's it. That's as easy as it can be to integrate smart supplementation into your schedule. So how to get started. This is so easy and there's no risk, okay? No risk. If you are already a doTERRA customer and you have your own account, you just whack this bundle on and you're off ready to go. If you are new and you'd like to, you can start this off as a starter pack. At the moment, in January 2024, these packs are discounted. So reach out and I'll let you know what the price is. And that can happen from time to time, but not very often. Kids don't get discounted that often. Australia's really lucky this Jan. And I had a little look. I couldn't see anyone else that had it as well. So we're just up. So in the bundle, you're going to get enough to get you through a month at least. You're going to get 30 days of these sachets so you can take these every day. You're going to get your assist caps, and they come in a 30 capsule bottle. So you're going to get enough for that to try for a month. You're going to get your active. So it's a 15 ml, our active blend. So this is 240 drops in one of these, plus a few, depending on how crazy you get when you drip it out. So you can use that in so many different ways. I don't go through one a month, but if you're crazy and religious about putting it in your water and doing all those things, you will. But there's enough to get you through a month. 30 days, lifelong vitality at full dose. So yeah, you're going to get a pack. If you're going to take half, that'll be 2 months for you. Otherwise, it's full. And if you're new, you're going to get your wholesale customer account. So that includes, if you're with me, a welcome gift, includes wild orange. You're going to get your access to your account, which will give you 25% off for the for the next 12 months. All sorts of goodies. It's a fabulous thing. And the thing is that if you try this baby and you give it your best shot for your 30 days and it's not doing it for you, you don't like it, for whatever reason, it is not your jam, you just ring customer services and let them know, and they will give you 100% of your money back. So it is a no-risk investment, my beautifuls. No risk. Normally now I would ask lots for any Q&A, which they're making plenty of. But today, of course, silent. So there's no Q&A. I'm going to stop the share so you can see my beautiful face. Okay, so apologies if I was looking sideways a bit at that, because I definitely was. So today, MetaPWR. You've learned a little bit about it. You've seen the little slides that says why metabolic health is important. We've talked a little bit about lifelong vitality. We've shown you how to get hold of it. From this point, if you're like, no, I do now. If I've sent you this and you want to reach out to me, then you know how to contact me. You can call me on my mobile. You can message me on Facebook. You can follow Hearts, Minds and Flowers on Facebook. You can go to our website. There's so many ways to get to us. heartsmindsandflowers.com.au. I can never remember. But anyway, Hearts, Minds and Flowers. So you know how to get to me. If you've already got your own account, just pop the starter pack on your existing account, guys. If you haven't used your account for a while, for like 12 months or so, you'll be asked to pop your $25 renewal on there, which is great. You'll get a free peppermint and I'll be winging its way out to you. If somebody else shared this with you, then reach out to the person that introduced doTERRA to you and they can give you a hand. If for whatever reason that's not working out, yep, come through to me. I can always steer you in the right direction. So have a beautiful day. Thank you for being here. Any questions, you know how to reach me. And thanks for being a guinea pig on our first recording. You should be accessing this via YouTube, if everything goes well, and Hearts, Minds and Flowers channel. We'll see how we go. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great day and give this a shot. There's no risk.